Hey, y'all. So, I have had these for a couple weeks now, actually, and I just keep not doing it. So, I want to go ahead and try these Frosted Flakes. Hey, Nani's World. So, first I have the Honey Nut Frosted Flakes. We're going to see what they're talking about. Hey, Carol. Ooh, they smell good. Just flakes, nothing else in this one. Flakes of corn. I don't know that they necessarily taste really different than regular Frosted Flakes. I mean, they're good. They taste like Frosted Flakes. I mean, but I don't know that I necessarily can tell a difference between the honey and just the sugar. But they're good. I don't have any regulars to see like if the using honey makes the sugar content lower or not. I don't know, sugar content in this is 10 grams. I have to look up to see what it is in regular Frosted Flakes. They're good though, but I don't know that I would necessarily taste, different than happened. No, it's not super sweet. It's just like the regular Frosted Flakes. Like it's just, same amount of sweetness. I guess I do taste like a slight honey flavor. But just not necessarily all that different from the taste of, the regular Frosted Flakes. All right, this is the one that I've been wanting to try though. Hey, Six Howards, welcome. Thank you for coming. This is what I've been wanting to try. And I have literally been waiting for these for like a year. I saw these. I think Vance sent me a picture of this from Instagram probably a year ago. And we've been waiting on these. Hey, Moss Boss. Hey, Lady AK. Okay, so there's nothing in here either. There's not like any marshmallows or anything. So it's just going to be the flavor. I wasn't sure about these. I was like, is it going to have like marshmallows in it or something? But it's not. It's just flakes. Yes, it's at Walmart. So these are back to having the little white frosting. It smells like chemicals. Hey, babe. Here we go. We're finna try the banana ones, babe. These are the ones we've been waiting for. That's good. It's very banana-y. It's like, I'm trying to think of what that is. It tastes like. I don't like the smell. It does not smell good in the bag. Banana Laffy Taffy. That's the banana flavor on here. It tastes like banana Laffy Taffy Frosted Flakes. These are good. These are good. You want a box, babe? You want a box? Because you can't have this one. These are good. These are good. It does not smell good though. Like it's a real chemical. You don't want to smell it. You want to taste? Okay, first taste the honey nut. And then taste the banana. Hold on, let me put the camera on you. Quit making faces. Hold on, let me switch to this one. Okay. Try the honey nut.
Honey nut Cheerios.
You're gonna get one flake.
Tastes like a regular cereal with a bit more sugar.
Okay, so see, to her it still tasted like Frosted Flakes. You think it was sweeter? It didn't taste any sweeter to me. Now she's gonna do the banana.
With the hazelnut.
I didn't taste any nut. It's just.
Keep falling in our hands. Banana Laffy Taffy with whipped cream.
With whipped cream, really? You like that one?
Mm-hmm.
Which one do you like the most? The banana? Mm-hmm. Okay, so yeah, the banana is good, but here, wait. Let me put it back on her. Smell that.
That smells like almonds.
Like almond? No, it don't smell like no almond.
What does it smell like?
It doesn't smell good. It smells like chemicals. But yeah, so there you go, y'all. The fire, y'all.
My head hurts.
Why does your head hurt? From sniffing that box?
Yes.
Vance, you want a box? You better answer me.
Because they're going to be all gone.
So, I mean, these are good, but it's not like, I don't know, I guess I was kind of expecting to have like that same taste as like Honey Nut Cheerios. But it's not that, it's like Frosted Flakes and, you know, maybe with the hint of honey. That's what I got from these. But these, at least, these smell good. Like, I can smell these. These smell good. The banana, don't smell them, just eat them. Don't smell the bag. Don't smell it. It really doesn't smell good. Every time I sniff it, I make a face. It doesn't smell good at all. But they taste great, for real. Yeah, so these have 10 grams of sugar, and then the honey nut has 10 grams of sugar, so that's the same sugar in both of them. So yeah, sugar didn't change. Hey, Miss KK. But the honey has 1 extra gram of carbohydrates for some strange reason. You get, oh, this box is slightly bigger. The honey nut, you get 24.5 ounces in the box. And the banana, you get 24 exactly. How come I couldn't have that extra 5 ounces? They cost the same. This box wasn't cheaper. What's up with that? But yeah, get y'all some of these. Get y'all some of these. Just don't sniff. Hey, Metrosonic, don't smell it, just eat it. These are really good. Banana cream. These are really, really good. And then these, I mean, these are good. They are good, but it tastes like Frosted Flakes. I mean, it's like nothing, you know, nothing really special. It's just, still tastes like Frosted Flakes. But yeah. Yeah, come Pam, add some bananas to it too. I was never a Frosted Flake kid. My favorite cereal was Post Toasties. It was just cornflakes by itself. But had they had banana flavored, I would tore those up. You really, all you ate was cereal? When I was pregnant with Rayon, I was craving strawberry checks. Yeah, I ate strawberry checks when I was pregnant with Rayon. And then 4 years later, when I was pregnant with Shaylin, I was craving them again. And they discontinued that cereal while I was pregnant. So it's like 1 month I went to the store, I got my strawberry checks. The next month, couldn't find them anywhere. They were just gone. I was like, that is so wrong. I never cared for Lucky. I didn't like really any of the marshmallow cereals. Post Toasties was my favorite cereal. And then my granny always bought Cocoa Puffs and peanut butter Captain Crunch, but those are really for her because I didn't eat that. But there was always some in the house. What do I like? I like Post Toasties. Granola. I still love granola. My mom bought granola. Hey, it's T. What was my other cereal? When I was a teenager, it was Waffle-O's. Waffle, what they call Waffle-O's? The little waffles tasted like syrup and waffles. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. That's what it was. My mom liked Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and I liked Cinnamon Toast Crunch. But my most favorite was always Post Toasties. I would eat, during the wintertime, I would get Post Toasties, use canned milk, Post Toasties, and sugar, and I would put it in the microwave and warm it up. I liked warm Post Toasties with canned milk and sugar. Hey, Sabrius. I was a very unique child. I've only ever had White Castle one time. That was when I went to visit my family when I was 2. I flew by myself. Well, the first part of the flight, I was with my grandma because my grandmother went to Vegas. I flew from Houston to Vegas, I guess, is where my grandma got off the plane. And then from Vegas to Detroit, I was by myself to go and visit my grandmother's mother, and then my aunt, my grandmother's youngest sister, and her kids. And once, I think I stayed with my great-grandmother for like a week, and then I left and I went with them to their house. And my aunt's husband took us to White Castle, and I thought that was the nastiest sandwich I'd ever tasted in my life. I wouldn't eat it. I didn't do much eating at all when I was with them because everything that they ate I thought was just gross. I was like, why do y'all eat this weird stuff? But I found out when I was older why I didn't like it is because it was an onion burger. And I did not like onions when I was little. So giving me a burger that was cooked, just smothered in onions while it was cooking, oh no, that was horrifying. I'd probably eat one now because I like a grilled onion now. But when I was little, oh no, I didn't want an onion. But I remember that summer was like one of the weirdest trips I ever had in my life, because it's like I went there, I stayed with my great grandma at first, and then I went and stayed with my aunt. And I always had really long hair. I have curly hair. It was really long hair. It was like past my butt. And my aunt took us, or I don't know, my great grandma or my aunt, somebody, they took me and my cousin to a beautician to get our hair done. Now my cousin has, regular, kinky hair, regular hair. She has short hair, just normal kinky hair. Beautician was like, oh, okay, let me do her hair. So she pressed her hair and curled her hair and all that stuff, and she had her little, little press do or whatever. That woman looked at my hair and was like, oh no, I can't do anything with her hair. She doesn't have good hair. I can't deal with that. No, her hair, no, I can't work with her hair. Her hair is too hard to work with. So she wouldn't do my hair. So when we got back to my great grandma's house, my great grandmother was angry at me for me not being able to have my hair done by this woman who said that my hair was not doable. And I was like, this is how it grows out of my head. Like, I didn't do nothing. But she was mad at me. And then it was like everything they ate was so weird to me. Yeah, my hair was not doable. I had bad hair. And so, let's see, we had the White Castle. I think that was one of the very first things that we had was the White Castle. And that was just horrible. And then the next day, when it was lunchtime, my aunt made us, hey Paisley, made us liverwurst sandwiches. Or liver cheese sandwiches, whatever you call it where you're from. I was horrified. I was like, what is this stuff? Why is this on my sandwich? What? No. Oh, no. I wouldn't eat it. I wouldn't eat it. And it was like, then for dinner she made liver and onions. And it was just like, oh, I can't. I need to go home. These people, I don't know I don't understand what they're eating. Sabrius, it was not the bomb for me as a 2-year-old. That was not the bomb. It was so not the bomb. I thought they were trying to torture me. I wanted to go home. See, but Miss KK, I like liverwurst now. I will eat liverwurst and crackers. I still don't think I still don't think I would eat a liverwurst sandwich. The mushy between soft bread, no, I don't think I could do it. Possibly maybe on toast, maybe. I don't think I could. I don't want the mushiness in between mushy bread. I think that would just, it's just a texture issue. It just doesn't work. You ate what on a honey bun? Liverwurst on a honey bun? Oh, no, ma'am. I'm from the South, and no, we don't do that. Oh, no. No, no, no. I'm from the South. We don't do liverwurst on a honey bun. No. No, that's not no Southern thing. That's exactly where your town is. That's a your town thing. That's not a Southern thing. That's not a Southern thing. But I will eat it with some Ritz or some saltines and some liverwurst. And then my last patient that I had before I had to quit doing my home health, she told me to try it with cream cheese. So cream cheese, liverwurst with a cracker. And I tried it, and it was pretty darn good. It was pretty darn good. Yeah. Yeah, it made it a lot softer. But it was really good. I still won't eat liver and onions, Metrosonic. I still won't eat liver and onions. Only liver that I eat is in boudin or dirty rice. I'm still not a liver person. Once in a blue moon, I'll have some liverwurst. But, you know, ground up in my dirty rice and my boudin, I'm cool with that. But I can't just sit down and eat liver like steak. I don't like liver. I don't like kidney. I don't like tongue. It all has this taste that I just... And I probably need to eat it all because I'm so anemic, but... I'll eat some spinach and cook in my cast iron skillets. I can't. So Paisley, I already tried my cereals. The honey nut is good, but it doesn't taste like too different from the normal Frosted Flakes. You just get kind of a slight honey taste with it. But these are amazing. These are amazing. These are so freaking good. Hey, Chef Disaster. Born and raised in the North, being a mirror copy, the older doppelganger, my cousin. Oh yeah, Metro. My mom's side of the family, mom's parents were both from Detroit. So my grandfather's family is from Louisiana, but he grew up in Detroit. And my grandma grew up in Detroit. My grandfather grew up in the hood, in the ghetto, in the projects. My grandmother grew up like, you know, around the corner from like Aretha Franklin and them in the rich area. And somehow they came together. Yep, I love me some spinach. My kids love spinach too. Thank you, Chef. I'm trying to think, what's some other stuff? I don't know. Only other thing I can really remember that I had when I was in Michigan was my great grandmother made homemade strawberry shortcakes. Like she made shortcakes, um, and then put homemade whipped cream and strawberries and sauce on it. That was good. Your mom was from Flint. My grandparents are both from Detroit. My aunt that I visited that summer did live in California. She moved from Detroit to California, but now she lives in Vegas. I'm in Oklahoma Metro. My dad's side of the family is Texas. All Texas. East Texas. Like right next to Louisiana, East Texas. Your dad's side is from the west side of Chicago. I grew up rotating from Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana. Just kind of visiting around and around and around. You're in Oklahoma, Miss T? Because I was born here in Oklahoma, and then my mom, when I was about, I don't think I was quite 2 yet, when my dad went to prison. My dad was raided and went to prison. When that happened, my mom moved to Houston, where her parents were. And I was here with my granny and papa, but up until it was time for me to start school, I just kind of went back and forth. I'd be here for, 2, 3, 4 months, and then I'd go to Houston. I'd be in Houston for 2, 3, 4 months, then I'd come back, and kept going, back and forth and back and forth until I was like 5. Cost of living here is pretty low, but food costs more here. We're taxed on food. But like trying to remember when I rented that house. Until my house was ready, I rented a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. I think I paid $900. $900 a month. No, I didn't pay that much. I paid $750. I paid $750 a month for 3 beds, 2 baths with a garage, back, living room, garage with a front yard, backyard, all that. So it's really not expensive, you know. But you know, you go to the grocery store, you get, that's where you get taxed. Like we get taxed on food. I think, what is tax on groceries here? Do I have a receipt in here? I think all my receipts are in the car. Taxes 8.75%. And all of our stuff is, you know, priced a little higher. Like my mom will come here from Houston, and you know, when she comes, she usually likes to cook, and she'll go to the grocery store, and every single time she's like, dang, food costs a lot of money here. And it really does, because I mean, I realized that just, you know, from when I moved here, because I moved here from Texas, and it was just like, you know, I'd go to the grocery store and buy the same stuff that I normally buy in a month, and it would cost me twice as much. Mm-hmm. Hey, Ray Slay. So when I do my grocery shopping here, I kind of jump around different places. I buy, I try to get a lot of stuff from Sam's, because when you buy in bulk, you know, you get stuff cheaper anyway. So I try and get a lot of stuff at Sam's, and then I go to try to get my meat from the meat market, from the actual butcher, and that makes it a bit cheaper than like going to the store. And then I go to different stores for different stuff, where I know, you know, stuff is marked down at this store and it's marked up at that one. Hey, DC and Lisa. You gotta get these, DC. These are good. These are good. Get them. They are so good. Don't smell them though, because they don't smell good, but they taste good. Guinea pigs over there making noise. Shaylin still hadn't come home. I don't know what she's doing over there, Papa. Vance must have peeked in and went straight back to work, because he didn't answer if he wanted some cereal or not. I just realized Rayon left a scooter in my room. Hey, Paisley. Are you streaming the game? Winco. I think, what do I like from Winco? I like going to their bulk section. Yeah, stream your game, DC. What are you doing? Stream your game. We'll all go over there. I like their bulk thing. I'll go in there and I'll get like brown sugar. What did I get? Brown sugar, rice. I got the kids some Tang, Kool-Aid. They just have this bulk section where everything's in drums, and you just use a little scoop and scoop however much you want to a bag, and it's real cheap. You know, it'd be like, 50 cent, 25 cent, 33 cent, whatever per, pound or ounce or whatever, however they're measuring, whatever it is. I like that little bulk area. That's what I like at Winco. Because you can go over there, they got light brown sugar, medium brown sugar, dark brown sugar. Hey, Joe Alice. Trying to remember what else I got. I got them Kool-Aid, I got them Tang. Might have been some cocoa powder. Cocoa powder. You can get flour, all kinds of beans, all kinds of grains. They had barley and alfalfa and everything over there. That granola, I got granola. That bulk part in Winco, that's their good area. I like that bulk. And then I go to the sushi thing. That's where I get the kids sushi from. Because they're standing there and they're making fresh sushi. What you doing? Guinea pigs making weird noises. Me and the girls are good. Shaylin is down to my pawpaws right now. And hadn't come back yet. Rayon's in the living room talking to herself. I can hear. She'll be in there holding whole conversations. And nobody's in there. She's really in there talking. Ain't nobody in there but her. Trying to see if DC is going live. I don't see no live yet. YouTube is T. I am getting ready to close this, y'all. The banana. This one was the best. This one's absolutely delicious. It smells weird. Don't sniff it. Just eat it. Because it smells real weird in the box. This one just tastes like regular Frosted Flakes, really. Like, it does have a slight honey flavor to it, but in general, it just tastes like Frosted Flakes. Homeland is definitely expensive. I only go to Homeland for Tony Chachere's. You know how you can inject your turkey? Well, they make a ham injector. It's a praline ham injector, and the only store that carried that was Homeland. That's the only thing I would go to Homeland for, was to get that praline ham injector. Freaking fruit flies. Had a bag of oranges and now I got fruit flies again. That's why I don't like buying fruit. Crest. I go to Crest to get turkey tails, my tea, my red diamond tea, and if they have they do pretty good sales on cheese. I'll go in there when they have cheese on sale and get cheese. But my red diamond tea, I have to go to Crest for. Walmart has it every now and then, but it costs me like 3 times as much at Walmart. Because Crest usually has it on sale for, I think it's $1.50 or $1.25, something like that. If I go to Walmart, it's like $3, $4. So I get my tea at Crest. Whenever I go in there and I get at least 8 containers. 8 boxes. And then turkey tails. I use turkey tails when I make my dressing for Thanksgiving or Christmas, whichever one I'm doing traditional food. And turkey necks. When I made my turkey necks and noodles, I had to get them from Crest. Any kind of like old-fashioned type southern food kind of thing that you need, you usually have to go to Crest. You go to Walmart and you're looking for turkey necks, you might find some smoked turkey necks, but you're not going to find the, fresh turkey necks. I don't even think I've ever seen chicken necks at Walmart. And they never have turkey tails, period. But what I think is so weird is they won't carry a turkey neck, but they carry a whole hog head. And chicken feet. You carry chicken feet and hog heads, but you can't get a turkey neck. How long is that for? I'm not fixing dinner. Well, I guess technically I fixed dinner because I cooked it we went to Papa Murphy's, the We Make You Bake, and got pizza. Cheese pizza and a everything pizza. That was from Papa Murphy's. Yes, Papa Murphy's is actually very good. You can tell them, you can either get one of their specialties or you can tell them exactly what you want put on your pizza. They're very good. Usually when I come home, I add seasoning to mine. You can ask them to season them for you. Um, it's an extra charge for the seasoning, but I got seasoning at home, so why pay extra? Yeah, pizza. So I just sprinkle, my seasoning on top myself when I get home, and then put it in the oven and cook it. When I did that pizza collaboration with DC and them, that's where I got my pizza crust from Papa Murphy's. If there's a nice manager in there, they'll just sell you just crust if you want to make your own pizza at home. But Winco has crust now that we have Winco. I can go in there and get ready to go pizza crust. Just bring it home and roll it out. But yeah, when we did that pizza thing with, who all was it? DC Kool-Aid and Lisa, I think Face Squad. I think Cut and Pam did a pizza too. We all made a pizza. Made homemade pizzas. But yeah, I went and got my crust from them. And then came home and made the pizza. Whose meat? Winco's? I don't think I've ever bought any meat at Winco's. I don't know. I wasn't impressed by it for some reason. I don't remember why I didn't get meat. But, no, I did get a roast. I did buy a roast in there. Because I walked in there one day and they had roasts on sale. And I did get a roast. Which I haven't even cooked it yet. It's still in the freezer. But that's the only meat that I've ever bought, was I got that roast. When Shaylin cut her foot and I went in there that night. I love Red Diamond tea. That's all I buy. I used to be, before Red Diamond came out, I bought either Louisiana or Cane's, depending on the stores and where you are, whichever one you can find in the store. But I'd either get Louisiana or Cane's. But once Red Diamond came out with their tea bags you could buy, I've been buying Red Diamond ever since. And now they come in family size bags, but they're not everywhere. So when I can find the family size bags, I get them. To where one bag makes a gallon at a time, instead of me having to use 4. Nope, I have not tried those super stuffed Oreos. In fact, I bought the carrot cake ones, and I keep leaving them in my cart at work. I haven't even brought home the carrot cake ones yet. But I haven't. I don't care for the stuffing in Oreos. Like, I'm not a frosting eater, so they don't even appeal to me. Shaylin would try them because she likes sugar. But they only have them in chocolate. And Rayan doesn't really care for chocolate. So if I do a video, it'll just be Shaylin. And she's going to say she likes it anyway because it's a whole bunch of sugar in a cookie. So, you're not going to really get any opinions. Because I can already tell you, I'm going to be like, it's a lot of sugar. And Rayan's going to make a face because it's chocolate. So it's not, you don't really get, yeah, we have Bluebell here. You're not going to really get, some varied, actual, interested taste. You know what I mean? We do have Bluebell. But Bluebell is not #1 here because we are also the home of Brahms ice cream. And around here in Oklahoma, Brahms is #1. Brahms is the best. You know what I mean, Vern? You know what I mean? That's where Ernest came from Ernest Goes to Camp. Ernest came from Brahms. So we got Brahms. Get Brahms over Bluebell. And then Bluebell costs more. I grew up with Ernest before Ernest was in movies. Ernest was just on Brahms commercials, harassing Vern while Vern was trying to work on his car. Vern was always working. Vern worked on his car for 12 years. He was always working on that car. Sausage, pepperoni, mushroom, spinach, and tomato. Sounds good minus the tomato. I wouldn't want the tomato on it, but everything else sounds good. I wish Bluebell would bring back the other flavors that they never brought back when they came back from having to shut down. Because my favorite flavor before that was Lemon Bliss. It was lemon flavored ice cream and it had golden Oreo cookies in it. That ice cream was so good. They have the banana pudding. That's seasonal. I think it's out right now. It's out right now. It's seasonal, so it comes out once a year. But I did see it when I was in Walmart the other day, so it's out right now. You can get banana pudding ice cream. And it'll only be out for like a month or two, and then it'll be gone again. The seasonal ones are banana pudding, blackberry cobbler, pumpkin, whatever the pumpkin is. And then there's a 4th of July one, red, white, and something. Okay, Joalice, see you later. Love you back. All over Longview and Dallas. You should have went to Brookshire's in Overton. You probably would have got some. Cause when I used to live in Overton, and when I lived in Overton, whenever they had the banana pudding or the blackberry cobbler, it was always at that Brookshire's. We always had it at that Brookshire's. Yeah, Shaylin was born in Tyler at Mother Frances Hospital. But that's where I lived before I moved back to Oklahoma. I did a natural birth, but not because I wanted to. I wanted an epidural, but they didn't do it right. And I got tired of them poking me over and over and over again. And I was like, can I just push? And with Rayon, they gave me an epidural and came back 20 minutes later and said they were turning it off because since it was my first baby, they wanted me to feel it. But what'd you put it in there for? Like, what was the point in that? Start an epidural and then come back and turn it off? What was the point? Girl, they kept poking me. For one, trying to do my IV. They kept messing up over here. I have a permanent bruise, if you can see it. This is from when I had Shaylin. These permanent bruises, this is from them sticking me with the IVs. I'm permanently bruised. Shaylin is now 8. She will be 9 in October. And I still got bruises on my arm from when I was in labor. But after they messed up with this, then he started supposed to be doing the epidural. And I already knew they were crazy because before they did it, he put a blood pressure cuff on this arm, a blood pressure cuff on this arm, a blood pressure cuff on each leg. So I got cuffs on every appendage I got, right? And they turned them on. They turned them on all at once and then told me to relax so he could stick me in the back. I'm like, what? So they got all these things squeezing me. He's telling me to relax so he can poke me in the back. And I'm like, huh? And then he's sticking me, and then he get it wrong, and he's like, you moved. You're not relaxed. You tensing up. You squeezing everything I got. What are you talking about? And I was like, can we just like, can I just push? Can I just push? I just want to push. Like, I was like, you know, when I had Rayon, when they did the epidural the first time when I had Rayon, she was born in Houston. You know, he had me lean like this. He put the thing in my back, and it was over and done with. They didn't squeeze nothing, you know, over and done with. It worked, but then they turned it off. But for that, you know, 20 minutes, it worked. But I'm like, what kind of crazy? Yep. My grandmother and my grandfather do not like Mother Francis Hospital. They swear that Mother Francis Hospital kills people.
What's Mother Francis?
The hospital Shaylin was born in.
It's really that bad. We're going to look up that hospital. I bet they got YouTube videos and everything talking about them. This is why I never go to this hospital.
Yeah, they was squeezing like, I was like, what? It's like, okay, we're going to do the epidural. And then she come putting all these things on my arms and my legs. What are you doing? And I'm like, and they turned them all on. They had one on each leg, one on each arm. They turned them on. And they got me, I'm sitting sideways on the bed with my legs hanging off so he can do this. And I'm like, and he's like, relax. What? No, he said that's how you do it. Well, this is my second baby, sir, and that's not how they did it. And when I went to do like this, like they had me do in my first pregnancy, because they had me, you know, take my pillow, hold it, and lean forward like this, he told me, don't do that. No, don't do that. You got to sit up straight. So you want me to curve my back inward while you try to get something in between the vertebrae? And then he kept saying it wasn't working. Well, duh. You don't know what you're doing. But he kept blaming me every time he poked me. You moved. You tensed. You blah blah. No, you just don't know what you're doing. Just let me push. That girl still hadn't come home. Papa must have some munchies and crunchies over there. Yeah, my mom, my stepdad, and Rayon were there. They had actually come to East Texas for Rayon's birthday, because Rayon's birthday is October 8th. And I actually made myself go into labor because my mom had come down once before already, the month before, when they first said I was supposed to have her, and then I didn't have her. And so this was, you know, her second trip, and they were going home the next morning. And I had done Rayon's birthday party that day. I had made her cake and had our friends over and stuff and had a little party. And then when they went to bed, I turned up a bottle of castor oil. And I was like, let's see if we can make this baby come. So I turned up that bottle of castor oil. And it really wasn't doing anything at first. And then, like, it really wasn't doing much of anything. Like, nothing. But I was sitting there and I was like, I haven't had the cake yet. I'm going to have me some cake. I drank it. I turned the bottle up. I drank like half the bottle. And I was like, I think I'll have some cake. I haven't had any cake yet. And I went to stand up to walk into the dining room to cut me a piece of cake. And my water broke. Sploosh. And so I just hollered down the hallway, come on, y'all, it's time to go to the hospital. And we went to the hospital, and I had Shayla. But, yeah, it worked. But with Shaylin, I had contractions for the last 3 months of my pregnancy. I was having contractions every 8 minutes. Every 8 minutes for the last 3 months, I was having contractions. But I wasn't dilating. So they just let me keep having contractions. They were like, well, until you start dilating, we're not going to worry about it. And so, because my mom had come down, like I said, because of how the contractions were. But they were like, well, you're not dilating, so we're just going to, we're not going to worry about it. So she went back home. And they were not going to do anything until either my water broke or I actually really started dilating. I think I was at like a 2.5 or 3. There she is. She's home now. Freaking fruit fly. Yeah, I was at like a 2.5 or a 3. And that's just where it was. But my body doesn't dilate, because even when I was in labor, I never went above a 6. I pushed Rayon out at a 6, and Shaylin too. That's just as far as my body dilates. Did you have fun? What did you do, Papa?
Talk to him and played Chinese checkers.
Oh, you play Chinese checkers with Papa. Yeah, when I had Rayon, the doctor came in. My doctor was actually on vacation. You know, of course, my doctor took a vacation the week that I was supposed to give birth. And so I had somebody else. Nope, I didn't rip. It just stretched open. I guess, you know how they say some people, I guess, have a, I don't remember what it's called. Something they call it, but flexible. So it just pulled open. It was just, basically it's dilated, but you can't see that it's dilated. But with Rayon, that doctor came in, the on-call doctor came in, and I had been in labor for, I think it was 11 hours, 10 or 11 hours. And he came in, he was like, okay, you've been in labor long enough, so I'm just going to give you a C-section. And I was like, oh, no, you're not giving me a C-section. I was like, I'm not having a C-section. I'm going to have my baby normally. He's like, well, you're not dilating, so you've been in labor long enough. We might as well need to just go ahead and have a C-section. What, baby? Get your pizza. No, I'm talking. And I was like, nope, I'm not having a C-section. And so he was like, well, let her push for a while, and I'll come back when she changes her mind. I'm going to go get me a cappuccino. So he turns around, he walks out of the room, and the nurse, you know, tells me, okay, when your next contraction starts, you know, go ahead and push for me. Well, when the contraction started and she said push, and I pushed, she said stop. And she ran back out in the hallway and got him. She said, oh, she's gonna have this baby. And so he came back in there and got into position. And my second push, I pushed Rayon out. So apparently I look like I'm dilated to 6, but I'm actually ready to go. And the same thing with Shaylin. I was at a 6 and I was like, can I just push? And I pushed her right out, 2 pushes. With Rayon, I did rip because I did have stitches with Rayon. With Shaylin, I didn't.
Was I a small baby or a big baby?
Y'all were both small babies. I refuse. I was not letting them cut me because I'm too heavy. I'm too heavy. I'm too heavy. I was smaller then than I am now, but I have so much extra skin from when I lost weight. Wasn't no way in the world I was gonna let them cut me under this extra flap of skin hanging there. It would never heal. I was like, oh no, you're not cutting me. Nope.
That's what a C-section is.
Go eat your pizza. What happened to the slice you just got?
I wanted to first.
Get a second slice and go eat the pizza. But yeah, they were not gonna cut me. Hey Bernice. I wasn't gonna do that. Cause it would have never healed. Not having all the extra skin just hanging there in front of it. I would have died from a C-section. Now, it'd been different if they'll do a C-section and do a tummy tuck at the same time and cut that extra skin off. But that's not how that works. Need your jar like that. Told her not to push. Said I'm not pushing. Yep. Yep. When your body's ready, it just start going. It just starts going. I mean, that's what a contraction is your body pushing. The contraction is your body pushing. So whether you helping it or not, your body's still pushing. But yeah, I wasn't finna let him cut me. It's like, oh, no, no, you're not. He just wanted to hurry up so he could go back home, go to bed. He's like, go on get your cappuccino because you're not finna cut me. I'll sit here in labor until my doctor come back off vacation, but you're not gonna cut me. Hey, Amarie's World. I knew better than that. Just being in the medical field myself, I know the worst possible thing for an open wound is for it not to be able to get air and dry out. And ain't no way it was getting air and dried out under a flap of skin. Nope. Because I wouldn't let anybody cut me here either because I got flap of skin. No, Unless you cutting that skin off with it, you can't, no, Because it wouldn't be able to heal. The last surgery that I had to have, my doctor put a scope in through my belly button, which I didn't really want that there. And it took a long time to get that to heal. Because it's, it's a moist area. That's loose skin in there. I put gauze in there to try and keep it dry. Oh, they always think you don't know. But they find out quick from me that I know. Because I'll tell them what to go get. Nope, you need to do this, this, and this. And they be like, you work, are you a nurse or something? Sure am, you're not gonna mess me up. What is that music? High-pitched jewelry box sounding music, but my jewelry box is closed over there. Rayon's still talking to herself. Shaylin's in there giggling, eating cheese pizza. You didn't tell me Uncle Rodney was over there. Shaylin, how come you didn't tell me Uncle Rodney was over there? That's why she stayed so long. I have a popcorn kernel stuck in my gums. I love popcorn, but that's the worst thing about eating popcorn. It's stuck. I brushed it and still can't get it out of there.
Why can't
My
you
thoughts on
do
45 is I'm ready for 46. Go fill up my tea. Both of y'all just keep in here drinking my tea. Fill my cup back up.
Well, you had it out.
Go fill up my cup. I don't know anything about her really, but at this point, I kind of think anybody would be fine. Who you growling at? Who you growling at?
Here you go.
Did you put ice in there?
Yeah.
Did you put
The
ice?
bread had the tea.
Fix me some tea. You thought your taxes were going to be high? I can only really work part-time, so I don't really never worry about my taxes because I'm always going to get back because I'm only doing a part-time work. Now, back when I was working at the lab or when I was working at Hertz, that's a different story. I had to pay. But since I've been injured, I did international car reservations. I was on the phone, but people would call in, people that were going to like going to the UK, going to Australia, going to France, Africa, wherever. Anywhere Hertz rented cars outside of the country. I took reservations and booked people's car reservations. That's it. It was real easy and made darn good money. Darn good money. My first year working for them, I made I think it was either $43,000 or $45,000 answering the phone. Darn good money. Because what it is it's a 40-hour week job. And then when it's busy season, like during the summers and stuff like that, and people are really booking, there's overtime. Certain times there's mandatory overtime, but then there's also voluntary overtime. And that was when I worked there. That was before I had kids or anything. So my time was my time. I could work whatever I wanted. So I figured out that I could work. I'm trying to remember what it was. I could work 19 overtime hours in a week and get a good check. If you went over, if you did 1901, all that money got taken away. Everything, all your overtime money got eaten by taxes, plus a little extra. So if you went over the 19 hours in overtime, you got paid less than what you would have got paid if you only worked 40. But if you stopped at 19, oh, that check was nice. Ooh, you got a nice check. And Hertz paid, at that time they paid every week. I don't know if they still do or not, but they paid every single week. So you got paid every Friday. But also at Hertz, you get bonus money for luxury cars that you would rent to people. And you got that, the bonus money from luxury cars, you got once every 3 weeks, like every third week, I think it was. You get that bonus, you got the commission. You got commission. And so anything that you got commission for, because what it was, it would wait until the people actually picked up the vehicles. Because, you know, some people call in and they'll book reservations, you know, months in advance. So whenever the rental, you know, was, and during that month after they've picked up the car, that following third week check, you're going to get the commission from that reservation, from those reservations that were made, you know. When you would get some of those things, because I think the commission was either 8 or 10%, something like that. Hey, Rose, thank you. If you got that, like I had a customer that called me that was renting a Audi Spider. He liked the Audi Spider. That's that Batman car. No, James Bond car. He liked the Audi Spider, and he wanted it in Venice, Italy. Well, if y'all know anything about Venice, Venice is water. Like it's like an island. Like it's water. There's nowhere you're not driving more than a block in any direction. Like you're not going anywhere. Okay? Like you don't need a car. But he wanted this Audi Spider, and the Audi Spider I think was like $400 and something a day. A day. And he was going for an entire week, 7 days. He wanted an Audi Spider in Venice, Italy for 7 days. Okay? You get 10% off of $400 a day for 7 days. When he picked that car up, that's your money. I don't know if he was married or not. But when he picked that car up, that check I got that third week of that next month, whoo. And I had him a couple times. I actually got him on the phone a couple times. I rented him an Audi Spider in Italy. I rented him an Audi Spider in France. I rented him an Audi Spider in London, I believe. Like he liked that car. And it was basically just to park in front of whatever villa or whatever it was that he was renting to stay in at the time. It was just to sit there and be seen. And he wanted it to be seen the whole time he was wherever he was going. Because when he was getting the one in video, I was like, you know, there's not really anywhere for you to drive. Right? He's like, I know. Nah, I don't remember his name. Even if I didn't, I wouldn't tell you though. But yeah, it was that was a cool job. That was a cool job. And we get all kinds of people. You get regular people. We got famous people. Once, Eddie Murphy called in and was on the phone with the guy next to me. And the guy next to me was being such a butthole that our supervisor transferred him to my phone. Because, you know, and it wasn't like he was, you know, he wasn't like, you know, Eddie wasn't being rude or anything. He was just, you know, trying to have a, you know, slight conversation and, you know, tell a couple jokes or whatever while he was talking. And the guy's like, where do you want a car? No, I didn't think it was funny. Like, he was being so dry, and my supervisor was like, Leon, take this call. It's like, what are you doing, dude? Like, come on. I had this one person, and I got his call probably once a month. He was a female impersonator. He impersonated Lauren Bacall. Okay? He impersonated Lauren Bacall. He had legally changed his name to Lauren Bacall. Okay? He would give me all his information, where he wanted to rent a car, dates and all that stuff, and then he'd say, okay, my name is Lauren Bacall. I am a man. Am I going to have a problem picking up my vehicle? I said, does your driver's license say Lauren Bacall? Mm-hmm. Does your credit card say Lauren Bacall? Mm-hmm. Then no, so you are not going to have any issues at all picking up your car. I got your car booked. It's in your name. All your stuff is in your name. You can be man, woman, whatever you want to be. Go get your car. But I got him like once a month. Like once a month, I got Lauren Bacall. And he would always make sure, you know, he was like, am I going to have a problem? Nope, you will not have a problem. I was like, if that, as long as it matches, if the credit card matches, the ID matches, we don't care what you look like. A man can be named Lauren. You know, that's not our business. Some of them are at airports. Some of them are at you know, individual Hertz places, depending on where they're getting, you know, where they're going. Because like if you're going to Venice, you know, you don't fly into Venice. I think you fly into Rome. I think the airport's in Rome or something. And then, you know, you go on a I don't know, a train or ferry or something else to get to Venice. So depending on where you're going, you know, like if people go from the UK. Trying to remember what it is. Is it from the UK to France or UK to Germany? There's a underground tunnel type thing. I can't remember where it is. But you can't take a car from one country to the other country because one country drives on one side of the road and in the other country they drive on the other side of the road. So what you do there is you drive your car to that border spot and you get on this like train kind of thing that goes underground. And then when you get off at the other side, they give you a new car for you to keep going in that next country. But I can't remember. I can't remember if it was UK to Germany or UK to France. I can't remember which one it is. But you cannot take the cars because they drive on the opposite side. So even if you want to say, I'll just drive it on the other side too. But the problem is, you know, the way cars are, your headlights are aimed a certain direction for the side of the road that you drive on. So when nighttime comes, if you're driving on this side of the road and your lights are aimed this way, they'd be blinding the people that you're coming at because they should be aimed that way away from the other drivers. So you got to get a whole nother car. And that was one of the things we'd have to explain to people because they'd be like, I just want to keep my car. I don't want to switch cars. Well, you don't have a choice. You cannot take the car. I I just drive on the other side, on the other side of the car? But you can't, because everything would have to be switched out. Go to a mechanic, get the headlights changed, and you know, you cannot. But I can't remember where can't remember which country that's going to. I can't remember which country it is, but you can go from one country to the other, but you have to get out of your car and get a different car. Well, it's UK. UK is one country, because UK, they drive on the left side of the road. But I don't remember if it's from UK to France. Do they drive on the right side in France, or is it Germany? Like, I can't remember which country it is. It's not Italy. I know it's not Italy. It's either France or Germany, but I can't remember. I can't remember. If I could think of the name of the tunnel, it would probably come to me, but I can't even think of the name of the tunnel right now. I can't even think of the name of the tunnel right now. Because they literally go underground to get from one country to the other country. And then when they get out, they put them in another car. I can't remember. But I was working for Hertz during 9/11. I had actually, I worked the late shift. I got off at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And I was home asleep when 9/11 happened. And my aunt called and woke me up. And she was like, you need to turn on your TV. You need to go to work. And I was like, what? And I turned on my TV in time to see that second plane crash into the building. And I got up, put on my clothes, and drove to Hertz and just got on the phone. Because, like, I mean, you can just imagine how busy the phones were. And it was my off day, but I got up and I went to work that day. Hey, Silcom. But that was like, you know, one instance of mandatory overtime. Because that was, you know, those phones got real busy. But yeah, that was a good job, making good money for real. And doing the international calls, you didn't have to deal with like the pervert calls and the weird calls so much with international calls. But when busy season started, when busy season would come around, we got overflow calls from regular. Those are the calls that get on your nerves. Because the domestic calls that come in, that's when you have the perverts calling in. That's when you got people having their children call, like the parent speaks Spanish. So they got the children on the phone, wanting the children to book a car for them. I'm sorry, I can't book a call for your child. Can you put your mom on the phone? Well, she only speaks Spanish. Okay, we speak Spanish. Put your mom on the phone and she can speak Spanish, but we can't book a car for you. Did you like them, Silcom? We get people calling from like the club, Like, it's just booming loud music. Booming loud music. You know, they can't hear you. You can't hear them, but they're trying to rent a car. Can you call me when you get home? Like, you get people that are, you know, at a drive-thru trying to order their food. So they can't answer you because they're busy. I need a number 2 with extra cheese and some fries and a Diet Coke. Hold on. Da-da-da-da-da. How about you call when you're done with that? Like, I had one lady call me while she was busy with her man. It's like, ma'am, how about you call when y'all finish? Like, can you call later? Like, I don't want to listen to this. No, Beyonce, that's a grown-up. A grown-up can book a car for somebody else. I'm talking about children. You cannot put your 5-year-old on the phone with me to rent you a car. Yeah, these would be kids. And so you're trying to ask questions, you know, where you want to rent a car? So they, mommy, where you want to rent a car? She wants to rent a car and blah, blah, blah. And kids don't, you can't play telephone with a kid. You're not going to get correct information. They say something different than what the other person, you don't know for sure if that's what was actually said. Put mommy on the phone. Say habla español. Come on. You got to go. I can't talk to you. We can't do relay. We had one guy call in one time, and it wasn't my call, it was my friend's call. But somebody called in and said, I need to do this for my friend because he doesn't speak English. So I'm gonna do it for him. Is that okay? And he's like, okay, that's fine. So, you know, the person I work with is like, where do you want to rent a car? This person is going to translate for their friend, right? He's like, hold on, let me ask him. Where do you want to rent a car? That's how you translate? That's how you translate? You just going to scream at him? And at first he's like, okay, maybe he's going to change to different language with the next question. You know, and so he was like, what size car would you want? What size car do you want? And he's like, he's just screaming at this man. Like, what? Like, people, you got some weird calls. You got some weird calls. I had one lady one time, and it was a domestic overflow call that came to my phone. And I was like, where would you like to rent a car? At the airport in Arizona. I said, okay, ma'am. Which airport? What city and state are you going to? The airport in Arizona. Yes, ma'am, I understand you're going to the airport in Arizona. What city? The airport in Arizona. Ma'am, are you going to be going to Phoenix? Are you going to Tucson? Are you going to, you know, I'm Flagstaff? Like, there's more than one airport in Arizona. What city are you going to in Arizona? I said the airport. Yes, ma'am, I understand, but I do need to know what city so that I can get a car for you. Again, are you going to Tucson, Phoenix, Flagstaff? And she's like, Tucson. Okay, thank you. What size car would you like? What did she say when I said, what size car would you like? She said, I want a regular car. No. She said, I want an SUV. Okay, ma'am. What size SUV would you like? SUV. Would you like an SUV the size of a RAV4, an Explorer, an Excursion, a Suburban? Would you like a Lincoln Navigator, ma'am? I did not like domestic calls. I did not like domestic calls because that's when you got those idiots. And you finally get off the phone and you're like, hey, B-Stack. No, because then they turn around and say that you did a reservation wrong and that's not what they asked for, blah, blah, blah. So you had to make sure they understood, But I swear with that woman, I swear it took me 5 minutes just to get her to give me the city. The airport. The airport in Arizona. It's like, ma'am, Arizona's a whole state. Like, you got to work with me here. And they got more than one airport. It's one thing if you would tell, naming something and there only was one airport. Then you can say the airport. But it's a whole state. Some people don't know how to use American, period. They can't function as human. Should have got a grandson to do it on one. It still would have been done because he wouldn't have been able to find the airport in Arizona. He'd be like, Grandma, what airport? The airport! They used to drive me crazy. That was the only thing and then you got the perverts. Those pervert calls. But the best thing was when this African guy started working there and he was one of the, they called it helpers. They'd have people that were like a little more senior on the floor. Instead of being on phone calls, they just sit at a main desk and they would take like problem calls that could be transferred to that person. They were the helper. Well, our helper was Omar. And he was like this almost 7 foot tall African dude. And he had a real deep voice. And whenever I'd get a pervert, I'd be like, Omar. And, Omar would pick up his phone and tap into my line and listen. And he'd listen for a second to hear what it was. And he'd say, Sir, how can I help you? And then you get the click, because you were not allowed to hang up on anybody. And that is the one thing with Hertz. You cannot hang up on anybody. I don't care what they're doing, what they're saying. You can't hang up the phone. You got to just keep listening. So you get that pervert on there. Omar, even if they're cussing you out. Nope, you can't put the phone down. You can ask the supervisor to take the call, but you gotta sit there. And you can't yell back, and you can't cuss back. You gonna call and be a pervert? Well, a dude might like it. But I ain't want to hear all that. But it would always crack me up when Omar would get on the phone. Sir, how can I help you? And you always hear, and they hang up the phone. They wouldn't be expecting that voice all of a sudden. Ruin their whole groove. No, they try to play it off, but they be asking you questions while moaning. And you hearing that smacking noise. Omar. Now, I ain't giving you no example, so calm. You give yourself an example. Yeah, you can hear him. You can hear him. Hey, Notch. You can definitely hear him. Mm-hmm. Extremely creepy. But like I said, I had that one woman call me while she was busy with her man. Because they wasn't trying to rent a car. They just wanted to talk to a female voice. They ain't want no car for real. Those are those calls you definitely weren't going to get commission off of. That's why you give it to Omar. That's why you get a call of Omar, because you're not getting commission anyway. Omar, talk to this dude. Right. They wanted a free 900 number call. Nothing I was telling them about when I used to work at Hertz. Making reservations over the phone. I think Hertz is really the only one of the phone companies that I worked for that I got pervert calls. I don't think I ever got pervert calls with AT&T. I certainly didn't get any with Apple. And not 1-800-Flowers either. Hertz was the only one that I really got the pervert calls. AT&T. I don't know. AT&T is cool until you get out of training, because you're in training for so long with AT&T. But then when you get out on the floor, they change up on you and want you to start selling stuff, and they told you when you was in training you didn't have to sell anything. You know, all of a sudden you get on the floor and they want you to sell stuff. Wait a minute, you told me I had to sell nothing. Now you want me to be a salesman. I don't sell. That's what used to irritate me. You get out on the floor and they be like, did you sell? Did you sell? Did you sell? No, I didn't sell. That's why I'm not here for that. I'm here to help them. I'm tech support. I helped him with his tech and then I hung up. I didn't sell him nothing. We want you to sell. I want you to sell. No, when I got hired, you told me there was no selling. Now you want me to sell. I didn't agree to sell. I'm not selling. I'm not selling crap because I told you I don't sell. And she used to transfer people to the police. I transferred to Omar. How may I help you? This is Omar. How may I help you? What are you doing, sir? I didn't make that much at AT&T. I think I made... I probably made about 900. Yeah, I think I probably made about 900. But I quit up there too because it wasn't worth the irritation. And it wasn't irritation from the customers. It was irritation from them trying to make you sell crap. I didn't agree to that. I left there and started working at Toys R Us. I went to Toys R Us. My mom worked for AT&T for 20... I think 23 years, 25 years. She retired from AT&T. She started working there when she moved to Oklahoma. That was when I was 2. And she was there until, I think she retired right before Shaylin was born. So 8 years ago. Yeah, she was there almost 30 years. Because I'm 41. Oh, yeah. They don't ever want you to call in. But Hertz is the same way. That's the thing about Hertz. Because the reservation is here. And they built the Hertz building inside a hill. So it's half under a hill. And just the very front part sticks out. But that's not where the call center's not over here. The little piece that sticks out in the front is not where any people that are on the phones have to sit. That's where the front offices are. The rest of the building is literally underground. So you are in no danger of tornadoes, snowstorm, ice storm, da 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 da. If you are inside that building, you are safe. And the top floor in that building, they have beds, toothbrush, toothpaste, soap, towels. So if the weather's bad, don't even go home. Just go on upstairs, take a shower, go to sleep, and then come on back down here and clock back in. That's how serious Hertz is about you not saying the weather's too bad to drive. Okay, the weather's too bad to drive, so get here and then just stay here. Yeah, they don't want you going nowhere. You have no excuse. You are safer here than anywhere. If you go home, if you go home, you're not safe. If you here, you safe because we underground. So just come on here and stay here. Yeah, they not playing with the weather's bad. For real. real selfish. They're like, stay here. But like I said, back when I worked there, it was just me. I didn't have kids. I was single. It was just me. But I didn't never stay there. I always went home. You need to be here in case you go to war. I didn't never stay there. I always went home. I wasn't interested in staying there. If anything, and I didn't think I could make it all the way home, I'd go to my aunt's because that was halfway between work and home. But I wouldn't even stay up there. But there were people, especially when it was high call season, there were people that would literally just stay up there because you have to have 8 hours in between your clock out time and your clock in time. You had to be off for a minimum of 8 hours a day. Legally, they had to allow someone to sleep for 8 full hours before they could work again. But you could work all the rest of the day. So that's what you could work. Was that 16 hours? 16 hours of the day you could work. Yeah. You could work 16 hours and then you had to take a break of 8 hours. So there were people that would literally go in there, work 16 hours, clock out, go upstairs, eat, sleep, watch TV, whatever, and then 8 hours later walk back downstairs and clock right back in. And they would do, while there was high call, they just do 16-hour shifts just over and over and over. But like I said, I figured out how that tax worked before it took my money. So I was going to do that 19 hours of overtime. And I was done because I learned that lesson. It only took one check for me to figure that out. One check. I figured out when you went over 19, all your money went to taxes. And the thing was, when I saw that, I was so mad. I was hot looking at that check. And they're like, oh, you going to get it back when taxes come? I don't care about when tax. I want my money now. I ain't worried about no taxes come. Oh, you'll get it all back when taxes come. This June. I don't care nothing about January. I want my money now. This is my money and I want it now. Like, I don't care about no tax. I want my money. And then it was less than what I would have gotten if I had only worked 40 hours. Oh, I was hot. I was hot. Hey, Prime. So, yeah, I learned that lesson quick. 19 hours overtime, I'm done. I'm out. Bye. Yep, you got a wrench. Right, I didn't wait till January to put the hours in. You didn't let me tell you, hold on in January, I'm going to work them hours for you. What?
TV isn't working. It's paused on something.
You got to screw the things back in. Ooh, congratulations on the new home, Prime. There's 2 of them. Yeah, but that took one check for me to learn that lesson. One one check. Because I think, trying to remember back then, I think my regular paycheck, because you got paid every week. Trying to remember how much I got paid. I think I got paid $12 an hour. Trying to remember. Let me think. Yeah, I think my checks were like almost $500 every week. No, it had to be more than that. No, yeah. I think my normal check without overtime, 40 hours, was almost $500 a week. I'll fix it in just a minute, Shaylin. I'm going to turn this off because I got to go to the restroom anyway. Hey, Diva. But, yeah, I think I made, close to $500 a week with 40 hours. And when I did too much, when I went over that 19 hours of overtime, I did like 21 something. Instead of getting my almost $500, it was like $350. I was hot. I was like, what? Wait. Where's my money? Like, what? Oh, you'll get it back when taxes come. That don't pay my rent? Like, I'm not understanding the language you're speaking right now. Like, the rent at my apartment is due now, not when taxes come. And my rent is $500. I got less than my normal amount. Like, wait a minute. I didn't do that no more. 19 exactly. But they did. They paid good money. You got holiday pay on your birthday. And that was whether you decide if you wanted to work or not. You could take the day off and get paid for it. Or you could work that day and get holiday pay for being there. So you got double time and a half for coming in on your birthday. You got double time and a half Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's, your birthday, and then when they had the mandatory overtime, that's time and a half. Yeah, the mandatory overtime is time and a half. Holiday overtime is double time and a half. You make darn good money. I worked all holidays. I worked all holidays. But even on holidays, you didn't have to work a whole 8 hours. It was like the mandatory part would be like 4 hours or something. And it's whatever 4 hours you wanted. So you could go in, like if it was Christmas or something, you could do all your Christmas stuff during the day. And you could go in at 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night and work 4 hours and then go home. Shoot, you already spent all the time with the family. You done now. Go in there and make double time and a half for 4 hours? Heck yeah. But let me get off of here, y'all. I need to use the restroom, and I need to hook this cable box back up so they can watch TV. Because I disconnected it on them last night because they were still up at 3 a.m. knowing they had school this morning. So I'm hooking it back up so they can watch TV now, but I will be disconnecting it again at bedtime because they need to take their bus to sleep. Because she was crying this morning because she was so doggone sleepy. So yeah, I'm gonna turn it on so they can get a couple hours of watching in before I disconnect it again. So thank y'all for watching. Thumbs up everything for me. Give me some thumbs. And I will see y'all later. I think the next video I'm going to be doing, Snoopy asked me to do a omelet, loaded omelet, waffles, bacon, and sausage. So that's going to be my next thing that I'm going to be doing. It'll be a breakfast, probably be a breakfast for dinner. But that'll be my next thing. Waffles, omelets, and sausage and bacon. So yeah. I just gotta buy, I pretty much have everything except for cheese. With grits. They're not gonna eat the grits though. They only eat grits if I do cheese grits with eggs mixed in it. But I'm making an omelet, so I'm not gonna have, it'll just be some grits left. If I do grits, then my next video after that is gonna be a Frito pie casserole so I can use the grits. But, or maybe shrimp and grits. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, I'm gone, y'all. And I will see you with the next video. Y'all come back now, you hear?